My name is Raylan Maroney, and today I will be teaching you about dam sedimentation, what it is, what causes it, and ways we can mitigate this growing concern. First, what is sedimentation? Well, when a dam is built in a river, it blocks off the stream flow and creates what we call an impoundment. Over time, the impoundment collects the sediments that usually flow through the river and causes them to sink and compact on the stream bed. Because the water is still flowing up to the dam, it's still carrying the sediments from upstream. These sediments eventually start to build up and compact more and more and cause the dam to become less effective while also starving the downstream reaches of sediments. This is what's known as sedimentation. Some common impacts of sedimentation are inflated greenhouse gas emissions, declined sediment health and water quality, and the increased invasion of invasive species. Sedimentation affects greenhouse gas emissions because the built-up sediments trap macrophytes, plankton, and dead organic matter that was on the bottom of the river and cause an increase in the rate of decomposition, which then emits greenhouse gases like CO2 and methane at higher rates than usual, causing the impoundment to be an anthropogenic carbon source rather than a carbon sink. A study by a USGS research group found that dam impoundments contribute to around 1.5% of the anthropogenic carbon equivalent emissions globally, which is about the amount that the entire country of Canada emits annually, and that number is on the rise due to the increased construction of dams all around the world. Another implication of these impoundments is that the sediments trap all of the toxins that enter the stream. These toxins can include arsenic, mercury, and even lead, and can cause lots of issues for the organisms that rely on these streams to survive. Increased dead organic matter and nutrient production, along with increased toxins in the water, can cause water quality to decline and also create hubs for invasive species to take over. In fact, these impoundments are 300 times more likely than natural lakes to harbor invasive species due to poor conditions. The native species are unable to adapt to the changing environments, and coupled with the flux of invasive species, their populations tend to decline pretty rapidly. This creates a negative feedback loop with the invasive species and water quality that's very hard to break. So what can we do to help fix the problem of sedimentation? There are many solutions to try and aid the effect that sedimentation has on rivers, such as bypassing, dredging, and flushing. Bypassing is where they install tunnels offstream of the dam where they take water in at intake sites, pump it through the tunnels to downstream sites where it's then reunited with the river. Another way is through dredging, where they take cranes and physically remove the sediments that are built up behind the dam. And the last way is through flushing, where they install these tubes in the dam, and during high rain events, when there's high pressure, it actually pushes the sediments through the dam. While these seem like great options, they can be costly and have some environmental drawbacks as well. Overall, the best way to fix the ongoing issue of sedimentation is to remove the dam altogether. Removing the dam reverts the river back to its natural environment. It allows for natural sediment loading to come back and oxygen and decomposition levels to return to normal, as well as restoring good water quality. However, the effects of removal can also hinder surrounding environments by releasing the toxic sediments to the environment and also affecting people and organisms downstream through increased water flows that could cause flooding. Though I must note that the negative effects are usually mitigated prior to dam removal and are usually temporary, while benefits are long-term. This picture on the right is of the Elwha River in Washington before and after a dam was removed. An example of a dam removal in southeastern Michigan is the Peninsular Park Dam. In 2017, the city of Ypsi started discussing possibly removing the dam, and in 2019, that bill was approved by city council and residents. The cost of repairing the dam would have been around $850,000. However, the city would still need to do annual repairs and maintain the integrity of the dam over time. Removing the dam will cost around $1.7 million in total. However, the environmental impacts will far outweigh those costs. The Huron River Watershed Council came up with these two images on the right on how we should restore the park to its original glory, to a place for families and kids to enjoy. I've been monitoring this project very closely because I love to kayak the Huron River, and being able to have a place to take my family would be absolutely amazing. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for learning about sedimentation with me. Bye.